Fuck. Man, what a weekend. It's been last week. Fucking just sucked with the fucking aftermath and the stupidity and the ignorance on the internet and social media and all these comments, these videos. Just shows how ignorant people are on both sides of the fucking spectrum. No one wants to take the time to listen to the other person's opinion or their side of why they think it's right or wrong. Now, I have asked this question last week. I posted it on my social media pages and shit. I still haven't gotten an answer. I even got into a debate with this guy on one of my friends' page who's had an abortion, and she was defending herself, so I had to step in and fucking help her. And nobody can answer the question. Is like, a woman that you may or may not know getting an abortion, how's that going to affect your life? How's it going to affect your personal life? How's it going to do anything to jeopardize your way of living if someone gets an abortion? You take it personally for no reason, especially if you don't know her. But no one can answer that question because every time they try, they bring in their religious beliefs into it. I don't want religious beliefs. I don't want to hear that nonsense. I don't want to hear your personal beliefs. I want to know how it's going to hurt your life and why you took it so personally, like it's actually going to jeopardize your life in some way or some form. But no one seems to answer that. They can't. Not with an adequate, reasonable answer that doesn't have a religious statement or backing to it, or their own, personal feelings on the matter. What everybody should be pissed off, and everybody has a right to be pissed off right now, because Friday it fucking sucked. There was a deafening all across the country when the Supreme Court overruled or overturned the Roe case. It was unbelievable. Most people that's been studying the history and studying politics and studying people just in general knew that it was coming. Especially when Trump was running for office, when he was in office, and after he was out of office. They knew this day was coming. We all knew it. He stacked his players how he wanted so that one particular right could be taken away from women. Now, this whole thing, everybody's pissed off and everybody's happy and whatnot. What you fail to seem to realize, and everybody should be pissed off, that is being pissed off, and I'm kind of going to mix things up here because my mind's just kind of going a million miles per minute on this, is that women should be upset. They should be pissed off because something that matters to them just got taken away from them, their bodies. Don't sit there and tell me that an infant, or because it's not an infant, a fetus or a baby inside of them is not part of their body, because it is a part of their body. It is attached to them by an umbilical cord, by a sac, and everything else. The woman has to feed it. It's no different than having a femur or a heart or any other organ in a woman's body. It is a part of her, and there is nothing you can say that will change that. It is literally a part of her body, and she does not want it, and you just took that away from her. And they have every right to be pissed. I'm pissed for them. I'm pissed with them. But here's another thing, and I'm going to take it even a step further on why I am pissed about this whole overturning of the Roe case. It's not just because of what Clarence Thomas said after the fact, that they need to look at the rulings on contraceptives, birth control, condoms, anything along those lines. We also need to look at the gay rights and same-sex marriages and shit like that. You got to be pissed off. The entire country needs to be pissed off, not just one side or the other. Everybody needs to be pissed off. Because the Supreme Court, even though they are supposed to uphold the Constitution, which they were sworn to protect, they just told the people in this country that because of their own personal beliefs based on religion or how they feel, they will pick and choose which rights the people of America can and cannot have. They literally said that when they fucking overturned that fucking thing. And then when Clarence Thomas said, we need to look at contraceptives, we need to look at gay rights. Now this question, and I'm going to sound like an asshole when I ask it, and I promise you I'm trying not to. I'm trying to understand it. Is that how, the first question is, how do gay, lesbians, trans have rights? Or a different set of rights compared to the rest of us? Why is that even a thing? Are they not human as well? Last time I checked, all the gay people I know, all the lesbians I know, all the trans people I know, they're still human. Don't our fundamental human rights just pass on to them regardless of what their sexuality or their gender is? Is this not a thing today or something? I don't know. And I know I sound like an asshole asking it, but it's a legitimate question. How is it that they have different rights? They're still human. They are still American. But yet they have different rights than straight people. White people have different rights than black people. Just saying. You can look at it differently all you want, but that's literally how it is. They kept throwing amendment after amendment after amendment into our Constitution stating that you can't do this, you can't do this to black Americans, you can't do this to black people, you can't do this to gay rights, or gay people, or trans, or lesbians. They're human. They're American. They get the same basic human rights as the rest of us. But because they're not white fully or Christian or something, is that why? Another thing is with the contraceptives, birth control. Why should that even be looked at? Now, here's my theory on this. Is that, and it boggles me because I didn't even realize that was even a law or, something that was a constitutional right, apparently, to have access to birth control or contraceptives. Didn't realize that was something on the books until Clarence Thomas brought it up, and I looked into it, and I'm just like, excuse you? We have to ask the government, or we had to ask the government permission to use birth control? Excuse me? Why are we asking the government permission for anything? Especially birth control. And now they want to take it away. Now, think of it this way. They want to take away birth control, or they're talking about all these contraceptives that they want to ban or take away from women. So you're going to have all these unwanted pregnancies on top of a fucking dying economy and a dying country. Can't feed them. We can't pay for housing for them. Our taxes are getting sent overseas to all these other countries to fund their wars or the oil or whatever else they're paying. But yeah, they want to talk about taking away contraceptives to keep breeding babies. And then they take away they just took away the right to choose act. Does something not seem right with you? Because it sure shit doesn't seem right to me. You let them take away one right, whether it's a constitutional, God-given, or otherwise. You let them take away one right, and they will start taking away other rights. That's how fucking these tyrannical governments have always fucking run through the entire history of our human race. But it's not going to happen here. This is the United States. We're free from all that. Wrong. Our rights have been on the chopping block for years now. Even more so since Obama. It was even on the chopping block before then. But now it's starting to show even more to the people that our rights are literally on the chopping block. Our First Amendment is freedom of religion. That amendment was enacted to keep our country from turning into a religious tyrannical government like England and Britain was when they had ruled with an iron fist by Catholic bishops and priests. They made the rules. The king just followed them. Yes, the king was in charge, but he didn't make a fucking move unless he got the blessing or the approval from the Catholic priests or the bishops. And this is where we're going now in the United States. The United States was not founded as a Christian nation. Yes, the people that founded this country were Catholics or Christians or anything else, but they made sure that they were not going to put that same tyrannical outline that was in their homeland into this country. That's what made this country so appealing to so many immigrants coming here, is that they had the freedom to choose which religion they wanted to be, if they wanted to be one, in one. But here we are today, religion, regardless of how you want to fucking twist it, has made sure that it has an iron grip on our politicians and our judges. And nobody wants to see this. And now they're talking about taking away contraceptives and taking away gay rights. What's next? You gonna take up black Americans' rights away? Seriously? This is not a white man's only country. This is not a white man religious country. But so many people think it is, and it's not. This country was Native American land. And then the white man came and slaughtered all them because they wouldn't fucking conform. Same way they did in fucking Mexico. We learned to adapt. We learned to do things, make it civil between everybody. But the last several years, we've watched a steady decline on everything. And what makes it even worse is that, and why I have that theory about the white man and everything and what they're doing, is that there is a slow decline in the white race. I say good. Yep, I'm a white man and I just said that. Let our race die out. Let our race be bred out. Deal with the interracial couples. Have them. Let's do this. If they pass those fucking laws, there won't be no interracial couples. Because they don't want to breed out the white man because the white man's powerful. Fuck the white man. Yep, I'm a white guy and I said that. I don't give a fuck. I'm a human being. I live on the same fucking rock. I live in the same fucking country as the rest of you. This is not a white man's world. We have just made it that way. White man was not the first man or the first color to walk on this planet. But yet we have made it that way through our history. Your fucking Jesus that you follow so blindly on was not white, nor was he American. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to see what the hell's going on. Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm not just pissed because of what happened to these women on Friday. I'm pissed because people are too blind to see that their own government that they blindly worship, their religion that they blindly worship, is about to take everything away from them. Little by little, they are chipping away at everything. And it doesn't matter if it's a constitutional right, it doesn't matter if it's a God-given right, or any other right. They are going to take them away. I had posted something on my TikTok page the other day, and most of my other social media, with The Handmaid's Tale, with all the women lined up in front of the cross in Washington, D.C. People were pissed off because they're like, oh, it's not turning that way, it's not going that way. Well, it seems like it is when you sit there and tell women what they can and cannot do with what's inside of their body. Seems like it is when you were sitting there telling these women that they are going to be forced to carry a baby, whether they are raped, they had sex through incest, or raped through incest, whether they had fun for one night, or they're in a relationship and they don't want a baby. You're telling these women that what they say doesn't matter. And it keeps on going and going and going. Women fought hard for fucking almost 300 fucking years to get where they are at now, or before Friday. And we just took all of their shit and just chucked it to the side because men control the world. Failed to realize men come from women. We are birthed by women if they want. Saw in the news last night before I went to bed, an article I read. 109 Texas women called this clinic up to see about getting sterilized for life, meaning that they would get their fallopian tubes cut out of them because they know they cannot or will not bear children that they do not want, and they also know that the fucking Clarence Thomas is going to go after birth control, and these women do not want to be a part of that. They want to be free from that burden. They want to be free from that outcast. I support those women. Go for it. I support any woman who has a choice or needs to make a choice. And I'm going to say this loud and proud as much as I can. Because if I've seen this shit all over the fucking internet. If you need to go camping, then fuck that. If you need to go across the state lines to get an abortion because of a child that you do not want, or fetus that you do not want, the parasite that's living inside of you, you do not want it, I would gladly come pick your ass up and take you back over to wherever it needs to go. I don't give a fuck what state I'm in. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are doing the same thing, as I've seen a bunch of TikTok videos saying, with all these truckers saying the same thing. So the men are out there with ladies. We're standing with you. We support your right. Most people don't realize what's coming next. But, you know, I could be labeled as a conspiracy theorist. That's fine. I've been labeled a conspiracy theorist since 9/11. Most of that shit's come true, though. It's almost like it's conspiracy fact. But what do I know? I'm just a white guy living in a man's world that doesn't know a damn thing. And I'm an atheist. Maybe I should be hung. Good luck.